Hey friends! So, today we're talking more about ACT, SAT prep, and we had some assigned reading. So who all did their reading knows all about punctuation? Okay, that's pretty much what I was expecting. But that's okay, so now we get to start from ground zero. So off the top of your head, what are any and every form of punctuation you can think of? Commas.
Period. We're gonna do that.
Periods.
Exclamation
Exclamation points. Question marks.
Semicolon.
Semicolons.
Regular colon.
Regular colons.
Dashes.
Dashes.
Anything else?
Parentheses. Well, that's okay. Y'all did a great job because we're only going to focus on a couple. So we're talking about the ACT. We're talking about the English section. So oftentimes they'll have you looking at sentences, finding errors in sentences. But these are also really good rules to know just when you are writing the essay part of your exam. So what we're going to be focusing on today is the regular colon, the dash, the semicolon, the comma, and the period. So just thinking about anything that may be kind of difficult, is there one that we should focus on more or less? Anyone that you're kind of like, I don't really know how that works, or I kind of know, but I need a refresher. I'm like top to bottom, what do we feel like is our hardest one? The colons?
Yeah.
Okay, colons or semicolons?
The regular colon.
The regular colon?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
Okay, well we can go ahead and start with the colon and the regular colon, semicolon. So a really, really quick tip. If I write on the board, SpongeBob, I'm just gonna say it, but I will write it out also as well. SpongeBob lives in Bikini Bottom, or you can say Bikini Bottom, BB. Patrick is his neighbor. Is his neighbor. What's wrong with this sentence right here?
No punctuation.
There's no punctuation at all, right? So we know that something is missing. We know this is kind of like two sentences, right? So what we call this would be two separate clauses. So either way they can stand by themselves. We can say SpongeBob lives in Bikini Bottom, Patrick is his neighbor. So y'all have identified, like, in this area, that's where we're seeing this disconnect, right? So we could add a period right here, right? Make two sentences. Know that for the ACT exam itself, if ever you're looking at a sentence and they're kind of like, well, what punctuation goes here? And they'll give you like A, B, C, which one looks right. Know that a period and a semicolon are going to act in the exact same way. The way that a period separates two complete sentences, the semicolon, for all intents and purposes, basically does the same thing. The thing about the semicolon is that when you're using it, technically you kind of want your ideas to be more related. So if I said, today is November, and I like bananas, like obviously these are two separate clauses or two separate sentences, but that would be weird because they're not really related. So no, sentences, periods, they work whatever way you want. But semicolons, it's kind of the same thing as two sentences, but you kind of want them to be more related. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yes.
Awesome, cool. So talking about colons, is there any way that y'all know of colons being used typically? Writing time, I like that answer. What else?
Titles of papers.
Titles of papers, yes. All about the academic papers, let's go. Listing. There we go. So basically when we're using a colon, the biggest thing I can think about are lists, but they can also be like explanations or examples, right? So if I say, we are going to the store, right? And we're buying, what are we buying at this store? Give me some examples.
Chips.
Chips. What else? Juice. What else? Paper towels, and one more thing. Cookies. We're gonna and cookies lit. Okay, that's cookies right there. So because this is a list, at the end of buying, mind you, yes, this is buying. We are gonna go ahead and put our colon here, and that opens us up into a list, right? And we have to remember, we have to make sure you put commas between each and everything in a list, something you might see on the ACT. They may or may not have a comma between your last and. Either or is fine, they're both grammatically correct. I prefer having this comma in here, that's called the Oxford comma, that's a side piece, you don't need to worry about that at all for the exam. But it's really just stylistic, so when you do get to the writing portion of the exam, just make sure that you pick one. So if you're gonna list things or whatever, pick one and stick with it. We hit our 5 minutes, so go ahead and take a bathroom break and we'll come back and talk about how colons and dashes are related. Thank you.